Hi, welcome to class. We're the only two right now, but the other ones will show up eventually, right? I hate my life. I hate my life.
A Professor Sunreis Productions!
Hello class, Professor Sunreis here. First of all, sorry for not uploading in a while. I got ill. I was a little tired of the Yu-Gi-Oh game, but I got my love back. Just so boring to play against the elements all the time, even though the game in themselves are quite fun. Just this being the only experience you have can be a little boring. Also, the new Team Fact Tactics set came out, and a new Hearthstone set came out, which reignited my love for that game. While the Hearthstone is not looking too clean right now, it's a lot of very weird combo decks doing their own shit and not really a lot of interaction. The new Team Fact Tactics set is very cool, and if you want to see some content on that, definitely let me know in the comment section below, because it is a game I'm really keen on. So yeah, this replay analysis is up against Kashtira, a deck which, while currently it is more of an anti-meta deck, because it's lacking a few of its tools it's going to get in February. It is definitely a very strong deck in theory and has some very good plays already. And once we are in February, you definitely will see more of this deck. This deck can even play the Brave Engine because it gives you level 7s. It doesn't really run a normal summon. So it can definitely be very scary in the future and might be a deck you want to watch out for. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave some feedback in the comment section below, and let's get right into the replay. So here we are in the replay. We are up against San Timo, who's at 566 rating. Let's pause here for a second, take a look at the hands. We have Sarania, Impermanence, Chaos Space, Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon, and a Ghost Spell. They are on Dshifter. Kashtira Birth, which is an insane card. It lets you revive one Kashtira out of your banish pile or out of your graveyard. Very important. I did not know it summons out of the graveyard. And it lets you normal summon a level 7 without tributing once per turn. Kashtira Preparations, which is, I think, the brick of the deck. You play it as a one-off because it is searchable by Ogre. This does basically the same thing. I think you can do it in only from the banish pile and hand. And you can do it in your opponent's turn, of course, giving you some of that. Impermanence and Ascendant of Thunder. So no engine for now, but a lot of disruption against us. So we won the rock, paper, scissors, so we go main phase. We activate Chaos Space. The opponent chains Shifter. Gotta love to see it, man. Gotta love to see it. We add the Rebellion. We cannot really play here. We could activate Serenia, but it doesn't do anything. So we just pass. The Imperm is gonna be alive. They draw a Psy Beast. In hindsight, you probably want to Imperm this. I did not know what the deck does, but it's probably the correct thing to do so. It's not being a level 7 takes a lot of the extension lines out, and most importantly, if they'd had a Kashtira, they would have summoned it before, because they can only summon them when the board is empty. So yeah, definitely you Imperm this here. Now they get access to the Kashtira Fenrir. And if you don't Imperm that, you Ghost Spell that, which I did not know I could do. So definitely some misplays here, but this is what we're here for. I scoop because I feel like I cannot win this game anymore. Just because one Fenrir is so hard to out for my deck. They can basically full combo off this point. So yeah, did not look too good. Yeah, let's get into the next game. Just sip on that tea for a second. We let the opponent go first because I know the deck does not really do a lot going first, and it is super strong going second, especially against our disruption being so lackluster against them, because Seal just doesn't do a lot. Add to that they can break on going second cards like Lava Golem, and I feel like this is a very good spot for me. And the opponent is on Kashtira Birth, Lava Golem, Called by, Talents, and Birth, so they just have to basically hard pass here with just one Called by the Grave. And we have Ash, Black Metal Dragon, Magnamut, Rebellion, Collapsert, and Seyfert. So that's an easy OTK. So we go for the Pisty line of the Black Metal Dragon. We get Called by on that. That is not a problem. We then decide to activate the Rebellion. Effect Rebellion. Do we even OTK here? I don't know. The opponent just scoops because they have like at maximum one play next turn, so they cannot really do a lot. So into game 3, the opponent decides to go first. Opening hand is, let's pause here, Instant Contact, which is just a level 7 extender, Pot of Desires, Shifter, Imperm, and Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars, which is basically a lure just for level 7 monsters. Not too sure if you really want to play this because you don't really play a lot of 7s. We are on Black Metal Dragon, Driver, Lightning Storm, Desires, and Druid's Worm. So the opponent starts out with 1 Desires. Let's take a look at the banish pile. Let me take a look at what they are on. Shifter, 1. I think you play maybe 1, 2 Ogre. Unicorn Fenris are 3 off. Birth is the 3-off. Okay, Ogre is at least a 2-off, so it's probably a 3-off just because they want to have that sword alive. So Banish is honestly very bad. One more, I think Imperm, yeah, okay. Lots of engine banished, but as long as you draw good, it shouldn't really matter. They Chain Shifter, which is, gotta love to see it, man. And they draw Unicorn Fenry, which is basically the best draw. They only had one of each, right? No, I mean, you can't be too mad. If they banished bad, they at least get to draw good. So, Unicorn, Special Summon itself, Search Birth. Birth, activate. No, they use Sacred Sword of the 7 Stars to draw instant contact and that. It is a once per turn. I don't know, I'm not too sure. It gets rid of the body on the field, which is kind of cool because then you can summon the Fenry for free. So I guess that's kind of cool. So they summon the Ogre and you can get that body back with just the Rebirth. Search Ogre, normal summon Ogre because they cannot do that without tributing. Effect Ogre to search Trap, which they still have in their deck. Maybe it's a 2-off. They didn't banish it, right? No, they did not banish it. Search Kashtira preparations. During either player's turn, you can special summon one monster banished on your hand. If your opponent activates a trap card, they can look at you can look at your opponent's hand and banish one. Yeah, okay. Doesn't really do a lot. This Kashtira Birth does, if we activate a spell, they can target 3 cards in your opponent's grave and banish them. So that's kind of cool if you have the setup. But it's not really the most important effect. So they use the Birth to revive the Unicorn, just free level 7, and then go into instant contact for another level 7. But these all act as disruption on the field. Ogre I don't think does a lot. Just excavate 5 and banish. And then they go into Diabolos the Mind Hacker. Effect to look at our extra deck and banish 1. Banish the Striker, and then they use the second effect to banish face down from our deck, which is very important. I did not know that this triggers when I do it, and I'm gonna activate Desires very soon, banishing basically half my deck. So the correct play here would be to Lightning Storm the front row, and then, I mean, even then they can just... No, I think it's even actually correct to do it like I did it, because my win condition here is because we are under Shifter, we need to clear the opponent's board. So I need to get into my Lightning, my Twin Twister. So my thought process is Desires, get into Twin Twister, then I can hit the front row, and then hit the back row. Or first I would hit the back row and then the front row. But they do this in standby phase immediately, which is good for us. So they revive the Ogre. I don't know why they would do that. So here we can desire. Here I should have just used the Lightning Storm for the front row and then hit the back row. I did not know that the Diabolos the Mind Hacker has this effect. If I banish them face down, I thought it's only when my opponent banishes them face down. So we draw Twin Twisted Serenity, which is a good draw. And then, oh shit, I have to banish 12. So we have to banish 12 cards from our deck, which is fine. I play Desire, so my deck inherently plays quite well under it, but it's not the cleanest thing. So we banish all monsters with Lightning Storm. And then we Twin Twister, pitching the Driver, which we probably don't need anymore for that. And then I think we just pass. Yeah, we could go for a Seal, but Seal just doesn't do a lot against this deck. So they draw a Talons, which of course is a dead draw, so we can now start to play. We go for, let's see here, I don't think we have a lot in the deck anymore. We go for the Black Metal Dragon. I think we don't have the Search target. No, we don't have the Search. Then we declare the Ceremony on the Black Metal. We want to keep their graveyard, of course, filled, so they cannot Shifters again, which I think they have in their hand, just because they are breaking, so the likelihood of them having a Shifter is quite high. And then Pisty and Ceremony go into Seal. Effect Ceremony, because we actually have something to send here. We do still have a Lubellion. And then we summon the Druze Worm on the Pisty. And then we summon the Lubellion, effect Lubellion to get the trap, because we actually still have the trap in there, which is a really good disruption against them. And from here on, we sadly basically have to pass because we don't have an additional light in the graveyard. Otherwise, we could OTK, because I feel like I still have the Wyver Burster. If I remember correctly, I still have the Wyver Burster in the deck. We can actually look real quick. Yeah, we still have a Wyver Burster in deck, so we still have that whole engine going. They draw an Ascendant of Thunder, which is a decent draw because it lets them Sacred Sword of the 7 stars to draw into more. They draw Desires and Talents, so they do Talents again, Desires again. Drawing them Ascendant of Thunder and Kashtira Birth. So they can now activate the Birth, normal summon the Ascendant of Thunder without tributing, and then we can use the Seal here to bounce the Ascendant of Thunder. It is a free summon, but nothing else really makes sense here. We don't have a Bystial on the deck anymore, I think. So the Rebellion to hand doesn't do a lot anyways. So we summon the Sacred out of the deck. Effect Kashtira Birth to revive the Fenrir or the other guy, Unicorn, but probably Fenrir. They only have 2 cards in deck, so I'm not too scared about that, and I'm at full life points. I feel like at this point we are just winning this game. So they now summon the Ascendant of Thunder by paying 3k life points, and then they overlay into the Kashtira Shangri-Ira. During the standby phase, you can special summon 1 Kashtira monster from the deck. And each time a card in the opponent owns and possesses is banished face down, you can choose 1 unused main monster zone or spell trap zone. It cannot be used while this card is face up on the field, and it can prevent destruction by battle or card effect by detaching 1. So, just summoning 1 out of the deck, of course, basically replacing itself, and then stopping the opponent from using main monster zones can be a little bit annoying. It is not really that good right now, but can definitely be an annoying tool in the future. They do summon 1 Fenrir out of the deck, so that's very good. And from here on out, I have 2 possible line of plays. I could either go for a straight up OTK, which would get stopped by any random hand trap in the hand, like a Valor or something like that, so I was very scared for that. Or I could just make him go deck out in the next turn, which is the play which I'm going for, just because it is a little bit safer, because I can get rid of all of their engine, and if they only have that 1 random hand trap, it should be fine. And if they do that 1 random hand trap here on the Rebellion, I can still go into the access code and clear the whole board and put them on better win in next turn with basically all of these bricks in the hand. So we get the Rebellion, get the Branded Beast, pop there, and then we could have gone for Black Metal Dragon and save it, so we had 4 bodies on field, so we could have gone for Appaloosa, we could have gone for access code to clear the Kashtira Shangri-Ira. Lots of potential plays we had there. So, hope you guys enjoyed this quick replay against Kashtira. Definitely a very interesting deck, and this just showcases you guys how Bystial, pure Bystial, still while being like a very anti-meta tech deck with all of the Bystials. Just because it still plays 11 normal flex spots plus 2 desires, it has a very good chance of seeing non-engine, which helps just making all of these matchups where the Bystials are just no disruption, but just your own engine, just go way smoother just because you have that super high chance of seeing non-engine and helping you get into the game, simplifying the game state, and then use the plethora of 1-card starters you have in the deck to still get into the game. So while it is still very teched out against the elements, the deck is super capable just by itself, just the way the ratios of the deck work. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay analysis. Stay tuned for more. Class is dismissed. You guys are free to leave. Professor Sunreis out. Peace.